So we're starting off with the Combinera 97 Cabernet. What vintage is your Turley?
2001 Zin.
2001 Zin from Turley. This is the first time out for the Zins from Turley for me, so I'm quite excited. Then the Graylin, that's Graylin 05. We've got a no-name brand, which we'll reveal later. And the Mosswood 02. The Rockford Basket Press 99. The Henschke Mount Edelston 98. The Torbreck Runrig 04. And then proving that bigger is definitely better, the Dead Arm Shiraz 01 in Magnum.
Back on the brown bag night last night, we started with the two American wines. We had the Turley Zinfandel 01, and then we had the Cabernet Franc 97. The Turley was a fantastic example of Zin. One of my big problems with Zinfandel, particularly when it's young, is that jammy, over tobacco-y, cloying, kind of almost sticky kind of component. And this had none of that. And what was really exciting is to see how much potential it still has and how much further it's got to go. So I really liked it. I thought it was probably one of the best Zins I've ever had. And then onto the Cabernet Cab Franc. The wine was incredibly soft and gentle, and all my notions of Cabernet Franc from the South Africa, Australia perspective has always been that it's quite a harsh tannic wine, which then, when combined with Cabernet, etc., produces something fantastic. So it was great to see it only on its own, and one of the questions that was raised was, who else makes it in Australia in its own form? And I couldn't think of one single Cabernet. So if anybody else knows of a Cab Franc in Australia with its own, a pure Cab Franc, I'd be really interested to know about that. Then we went on to the Shirazes. We started with the 99 Rockford Basket Press. I found it a little pedestrian, a bit of monochromatic really for me, although there were a couple of stonewallers in the database that really liked it and appreciated it, possibly more than I did. We then had the Torbreck Runrig 04, which in its context of a big Parker wine was one of the better ones that I can remember. It's encouraging to see how much longer this wine has got to go. And what I really like to do now is actually find some of the really early ones, sort of 97, 98s, and see how they're lasting, because this 04 really is looking okay, and it would easily have a decade and more in it. Then we had a look at Dead Arm Shiraz, the 01 in Magnum form. Again, it was exciting to see this wine, which is fine in its context of a 750ml, but I haven't seen it in a Magnum form for over a year, and it's looking fantastic. It was very well cellared. So it was encouraging to see just how good that wine is, and it's got many, many moons to go in it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Then we had the Penfolds St. Henri 05. Again, maturing surprisingly well. And I think probably over the last 5 years, it's the most exciting at this stage in its life. So a big tick for that. A lot of customers bought that from us. So if you've got it, it's got lots of time still, but it's drinking really well now as well. We then finished with the Black Shiraz. We had a couple of bottles from the most recent release late last year. Interesting to see the colour variation in the two bottles, but again, a fantastic drink. So good luck, Leslie, and farewell. And that was a fantastic wine night last night. Thank you very much. I forgot, Alex reminded me, we haven't spoken about Graylin. We had Graylin and Mosswood as well, the two Cabernets. Mosswood was 02. I liked it because it was a little more restrained than a lot of the fleshier Mosswoods, so it was a big tick for me. I really did enjoy it a lot. We also had the Graylin 05, and I've been fortunate enough to see that over the last 3 or 4 years, and it's just progressing amazingly, and it's got so much time in it. And of course, not forgetting the wine of the night, the Mount Edelston 1998, which for me was absolutely the best wine by a long stretch. I absolutely loved it. It's definitely in its window. It's starting to show slight hints, according to some of the people at the table, slight hints of a sort of porty, fortified component, but it was absolutely glorious. And I still reckon that Mount Edelston is my favourite label out of the entire Henschke range, from Gila Grace all the way down. So thanks very much.